I woke up today, and the first thing that I did when I woke up was pray and brush my teeth. I did. I had a good night's sleep. My Apple Watch says, "Congratulations, you got a full night's rest because you were in bed before the time that you were scheduled to go to bed." I said, "Thank you, Apple. I appreciate you." And then when I woke up this morning and I got on my computer to see what was trending out here in these streets, and I got on X, formerly known as Twitter, first thing that I seen was Elon Musk. I said, "Elon Musk? What is Musk out here doing?" Let me show you what I seen. I should have X on this computer. I think I got X on this computer. I seen Elon, and I said, "Elon, what are you posting on X, formerly known as Twitter?" And this is what he posted. He was reposting other people saying certain things. And let me share my screen with you guys really quickly. This is what he reposted. "We've canceled your membership, Netflix." And I said, what is Elon Musk reposting? Why is he reposting this type of stuff? I like Netflix. Netflix is a really great company. I think that from a streaming perspective, they're killing it out here in these streets. But everybody is in mass canceling their Netflix account. And I said, well, what is everybody in mass canceling their Netflix account for? Why did they do it? And so I had to do a little bit of digging, right? And as I dug and I was deep diving and I was digging, this popped up on my screen.
It's not the park. It's me. I'm trans, Norma. And everyone at school knows, and everyone at home knows. And being here, it's like a whole new place. I can just be Barney. And I can choose if and when I tell people. I've never been happier. And that's saying something when I spent today chased by terrifying zombie mascots. Pugsley reminded me how important it is to live your life without apology.
So I said, what is this sassy cartoon where this blue haired and black on the sides, and they basically are showing you the prototype of a extreme liberal that don't know what their identity is? What is this? And so apparently what this is the cartoon that was written and drawn by a young man that was seeming to be trans himself. And this was a show that had ran on Netflix in the early 2020s, and then eventually it ended, but obviously it's still on Netflix. Now, let me give Netflix a little bit of a bone right now, right? Because Netflix is looking to make money. It's a capitalistic company, and by all means, I have not seen anything on Netflix that would lead me to believe that they care anything about anything except for making money. However, the other side of the conversation is that there are a lot of people that feel some type of way about the type of propaganda that's put up on these platforms, and they feel as though they need to hold the platform accountable for the people that are creating the content that is placed on the platform. So let's go back to Elon Musk, right? Because Elon Musk has a bone to pick with this guy. Now, who is this guy? Let's do a little bit of research, right? In real time. So let's go Netflix, cancel. Oh, here it is. So basically, Netflix, people are canceling Netflix en mass because Elon Musk is leveraging his platform to create visibility about the fact that this guy not only had this on Netflix that was canceled a little while ago that you can still find on Netflix. That's not the problem. The problem is the guy that ultimately said something that originally created the show had also at some point said something about Charlie Kirk's death. Now you see how it's starting to tie in. And let me tell you something. People feel some type of way about Charlie Kirk's death. The name of the show was called Dead End Paranormal. It was on Netflix, right? And its creator, his name was Hamish Steele. he has some stuff to say about Charlie Kirk, and this is what he looks like. This is him. Kind of reminds me of the person that was on the cartoon. He was the creator. Eventually, obviously, again, Netflix canceled the show, but conservatives have a bone to pick about that, right? They have a bone to pick with this young man that had such negative things to say about Charlie Kirk. And then they found out that he was also the creator of a show that had stuff on Netflix, right? So the question that I have for you guys as we explore this conversation is this. Do you think that people should be en masse protesting Netflix and saying that they need to cancel their Netflix subscription until he removes, or until Netflix removes this from the platform? That is the question that I have for you guys right now. Should people be en masse boycotting Netflix because Netflix has at some point platformed this young man on the platform? Should people be boycotting Netflix? That's the question that I have for you guys. All right. I'm going to play a different video for you so that you can get more insight into what's going on, because yesterday Netflix shares had went down about 2%, which is not really that bad. But this is the conversation that's being had on Netflix.
Welcome back to Fast Money. Netflix shares falling over 2% today after Elon Musk urged his followers on X to cancel their subscriptions. Musk taking issue with the presence of a transgender character on one of the streaming platform shows. He posted, "Cancel Netflix for the health of your kids," this morning. Our Steve Kovac has more on all of this drama. Steve?
Oh, boy, here we go. Look at the power of an Elon Musk tweet, Mel, because the targeted rage of that tweet and of his fans and followers, they sent Netflix shares down 2% today after Musk spent part of his day tweeting about that Netflix show called Dead End Paranormal Park, which features a transgender character. It's an animated show, by the way. Now, I think you guys can see where this is going. Musk called on his followers to cancel Netflix and said he already did so himself. He also criticized Netflix's DEI policies and pointed to it as another reason to cancel the service. There's also a lot of Charlie Kirk talk being thrown in there as well. Now, look, Dead End Paranormal Park, it was actually canceled back in 2023 after a 20-episode run of the show in 2022, so about 3 years old. The show is still hosted on Netflix like any other canceled originally programming Netflix has made. Now, it appears that the X account called Libs of TikTok discovered the show and posted about it on X, which drew Musk's attention and anger. Now, Variety reporting today, the creator of the show said he's been receiving anti-Semitic and homophobic comments following Musk's post today. Variety also reported he had to take a social media break to all the comments and harassment he received from Musk and his fans. Now, Netflix did not respond to a request for comment, but here you go again, seeing the richest guy in the world, Mel, playing around in the culture wars.
So Elon Musk recently has been designated as the richest man in the world, and they said that his net worth is roughly that of about $500 billion. Recently said that his net worth, based off of his shares in Tesla and so on and so forth, that his net worth is that of about $500 billion. I think that is much more than that when you add in all of the private companies that he's owned, but that's a different conversation. But here's a question that I have for you guys, right? Because I'm not so much sold that I would ever say something like this, because I don't necessarily rock with that. Now, you can say one thing about me. You can say a lot of things, but this is one thing that you can say about me. I have never, ever, not on YouTube, not on Instagram, not on X, formerly known as Twitter, not on TikTok, not ever. Have you ever seen me at any point when people talk about me, and I know that I have subscriber supremacy, meaning that I have a much bigger platform than most of the people that say negative things about me? You have never, ever heard me mobilize my bag chasers, mobilize my subscribers, or mobilize my viewers to ever return and as a result, do a retaliation against anybody that has talked negative about me. I have never went and said, go and do this to them or go say that. I just tell y'all, listen, we going to leverage it to get more visibility and we going to continue to get money. Why? Because I don't believe in cancel culture. I do not believe in cancel culture. Now, could I throw it in the Discord? Could I leverage 19,000 bag chasers? Could I go and do this, whatever? No, I could, but I won't. Why? Because I don't believe in cancel culture, and I would never do something to somebody that I would not want done to myself. Does not matter if they did it to me. I do not operate based off of what other people do, but I understand it. Anton, why do you understand it? Because people came at Elon Musk, and that is the asterisk that comes along with this. Do I think that most conservatives are being hypocritical and that they are implementing cancel culture to people that they do not agree with? 100%. I got to call a spade on both sides. I believe that listen, you can't say, I just seen Vivek Ramaswamy jump on YouTube and say, hey, y'all need to allow for some of the most degenerate people, which I don't have an opinion about. He said, y'all need to let he said Alex Jones and I think Nick Fuentes, because, the Biden era, Trump recently got a $25 million payout from YouTube. And the Biden administration was putting pressure on social media companies to cancel and remove conservatives from the platforms, and other platforms was doing it, Facebook, all of that, right? And so they recently tried to start their account and they got banned immediately because they are some of the most extreme of the right. But just to justify my point, I seen Vivek Ramaswamy do a whole video saying, hey, let people do whatever it is that they want to do when they want to do it, right? Cool. So then you can't then say that we need to remove or cancel a particular company or a particular person. If that is the stance that you take, you can't say you need to remove them or we need to put pressure on them, because we got to keep that same energy across the board, right? That is where my position personally lies, because I do not leverage my platform, my visibility, or the people that rock with me to go and retaliate against anybody. I always say, hey, let them do what they do, and we just going to capitalize off of it, and we just going to use that energy in order to continue to make more money. If you don't rock with cancel culture, you can't rock with cancel culture. You need to be that way across the board. But again, I understand it. I get it. And for two reasons. The reasons that I get it and the reasons that I understand it is for two reasons. The first reason is because liberals and Democrats, y'all started it. You started it first. Y'all championed it. You championed Trump getting removed. You championed several different conservatives that wasn't even extreme getting removed. You supported them getting banned. You wanted them to go to jail. You wanted to do it. You started it first. So I get it and I understand it, because you can't sit there and be hypocritical on your side and tell people to play fair when y'all been playing dirty since Trump said that he was running for president of the United States of America. Y'all been playing dirty way before that. Y'all have been on this cancel culture hype trip since 2003. It's hard for me to tell people to play fair when you've been playing dirty. The second reason why I understand Elon Musk saying what he's saying is because y'all was just boycotting at his Tesla dealerships and throwing Molotov cocktails at his cars. So I can't tell Elon Musk or suggest for him to feel any type of way. If he wanted to be the bigger person, I would champion that and say, man, that is dope, because I don't believe in cancel culture based off of what I stand on. But I can't sit here and say that he can't return fire when y'all was just doing whole coups in front of his dealerships, and it was being supported by politicians. Jasmine Crockett being one of the biggest advocates for it. So do I stand for canceling? Nope. But I get it. I understand it. And if somebody want to get their get back because you did what it is that you did to them, I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, they wrong for it. Do I stand for it? I don't. Because in general, I would never want something to happen to somebody that I won't happen to me. I get it. I just get it. I get it. This is me being objective. I'm looking at it from all sides. It would be easy for me to just stand on the conservative side and say, no, listen, go and get them. It would be easy for me to do that. I think that everybody needs to make their own decisions, and I think that we have a herd mentality. And with great power comes great responsibility. Now, obviously, I'm no Elon Musk, but I'm okay in my own little right, my own little space, right? And the one thing that I do is I let these little N-words breathe. I let the little YNs breathe. They do their little videos. Yeah, man, like it. Yeah, like it. I'd be like, okay, that's cool. That's cute. Okay, Buttercup. Okay. Or I just cuss them back out if they decide that they want to say certain things or whatever. I see the little hate. I see the snake disses. I see certain things happening. I just let it roll off my back. What you want me to do? Go and stomp on every single ant that I see? I'll be stomping all day long. It just is what it is. It comes with the territory. When you get to a certain level, you have to just take the good with the bad. Pay me a lot of money, comes with a lot of criticism. Cool. Be a big boy. You're the big boy. But again, I'm not going to advocate no matter how much I don't like you, no matter how much I don't rock with you. I would never, ever advocate for somebody to lose their ability to say what they want to say when they want to say it, because I wouldn't want that done to me. That's all I'm saying. That's what I stand on. So that is what's going on with the Netflix saga. Make sure you guys hit a lock with, and that's, I don't censor people in my own chat as long as they're not getting overly disrespectful. Hey, anybody can say what they want to say. People say stuff about me. I let some wild stuff be said about me. People be saying all kind of junk, but you know, it just is what it is.